Did you know that San Jose serves as the official capital of Silicon Valley, anchoring a global empire of technological innovation? That before computer chips dominated the landscape, this region was a vast agricultural paradise known as the Valley of Heart's Delight, and that the city was actually founded as the very first Spanish civilian settlement in Alta California. San Jose is a magnificent urban tapestry where historic landmarks, cutting-edge enterprises, diverse cultures, and stunning natural valleys blend seamlessly. It is an extraordinary metropolis that continuously redefines the modern world while preserving its deep historical roots. Let us explore 35 fascinating facts that demonstrate why San Jose is one of the most remarkable urban destinations. Fact 35. The first Pueblo Foundation, El Pueblo de San Jose de Guadalupe, was officially established on November 29, 1777, marking its place in history as the very first civil community founded in Spanish Alta California. Unlike the surrounding military presidios or religious missions of the era, this unique settlement was created specifically for civilian inhabitants. The primary purpose of the settlement was to cultivate agricultural goods to support the nearby military outposts in Monterey and San Francisco. 9 separate families along with 5 soldiers arrived to form the initial population of the village. These pioneering residents braved the unfamiliar territory to build simple adobe structures and plant the fields that would eventually feed a growing region. This crucial event laid the foundation for civil governance and community development throughout California, transitioning the region from a purely military frontier into a lasting territory of permanent neighborhoods. Fact 34. The etymological origin. The etymological roots of the city name trace back to a combination of spiritual devotion and local geography. The original designation of the settlement was El Pueblo de San Jose de Guadalupe, a name that perfectly honored Saint Joseph, who was recognized as the patron saint of pioneers and explorers during the Spanish colonial expansion. The second half of the historic name directly referenced the Guadalupe River, the vital waterway along which the civilian settlers originally built their homes and established their farms. Over many decades, as the community grew and transformed from a small farming outpost into a bustling American municipality, residents naturally abbreviated the lengthy title to the simpler name used today. This name serves as a constant linguistic reminder of the historic waterways and initial spiritual dedications that originally defined the small settlement long before it became a massive technological hub. Fact 33. The first state capital. When California officially achieved statehood in December of 1849, the community became the historic site of the very first capital of the state. The inaugural California legislature convened in a modest 2-story adobe hotel situated within the town. However, the early political leaders quickly grew extremely dissatisfied with the primitive conditions, poor lighting, and lacking ventilation of the temporary accommodations. The city at that time was largely composed of basic huts, tents, and canvas structures, which did very little to comfort the traveling politicians during rainy winter months. By 1851, a generous offer of land and custom buildings from General Mariano Guadalupe Vallejo persuaded the legislators to move the permanent seat of government north to the town of Vallejo. Despite this brief political tenure, the city retains its distinct historical status as the cradle of California's state legislature. Fact 32. The Valley of Heart's Delight. Long before computer microchips and software companies came to define the local economy, the expansive Santa Clara Valley was celebrated worldwide as an agricultural paradise known as the Valley of Heart's Delight. Throughout the early 20th century, this fertile basin contained the largest continuous concentration of fruit orchards and canning facilities across the entire globe. Millions of flowering fruit trees, including premium French prunes, sweet apricots, juicy peaches, and crisp pears, blanketed the landscape in a breathtaking sea of pink and white blossoms every single spring. The rich volcanic soil, coupled with an abundant underground water table and a mild climate, created absolute ideal conditions for intensive fruit cultivation. Fact 31. The topographic valley setting. The unique physical geography of the city is defined by its strategic position nestled inside the expansive Santa Clara Valley. This geological basin is securely flanked by 2 major mountain ranges that drastically shape the local environment and scenery. To the western side of the metropolis rise the lush, tree-covered peaks of the Santa Cruz Mountains, which act as a physical barrier separating the valley from the cold waters of the Pacific Ocean. Conversely, the eastern edge of the city is is framed by the dramatic golden foothills of the Diablo Range, which feature Mount Hamilton climbing thousands of feet into the California sky. Fact 30. The Mercury fortune of New Almaden. During the historic California gold rush, the most valuable and profitable mineral asset in the entire region was not actually gold. It was liquid mercury, also known as quicksilver. This essential element was produced in massive quantities at the New Almaden mines, located in the southern hills of the city starting in 1846, establishing it as the very first major mining operation in California history. Liquid mercury was an absolutely vital ingredient for the extraction process used to separate gold and silver from crushed ore in mining camps. The subterranean tunnels dug by workers eventually extended over 100 miles into the rugged Cinnabar Hills, reaching depth levels of more than 2,000 feet. Ultimately, these local mines generated far more wealth than any single gold mining project in state history, effectively fueling the economic success of the entire western frontier. Fact 29. The Labyrinth of Sarah Winchester. The architectural landscape of the city features one of the most eccentric and bizarre mansions in North America, known as the Winchester Mystery House. Sarah Winchester, the wealthy widow of a prominent rifle manufacturer, began an unceasing construction project in 1884 that lasted continuously for 36 years until her death. Driven by the belief that she was haunted by the spirits of individuals killed by Winchester firearms, she kept teams of carpenters working around the clock to confuse the ghosts. The resulting Queen Anne-style Victorian mansion contains 160 rooms arranged in a sprawling, maze-like layout. Visitors find odd anomalies like doors that open directly into steep drops, staircases leading straight into blank ceilings, and secret passages built behind walls. Fact 28. The Mediterranean Climatic Shield. The city benefits from a delightful Mediterranean climate that ranks among the most comfortable and stable weather profiles across the United States. Thanks to the protective physical presence of the surrounding mountain ranges, the urban center is shielded from the heavy morning fog and intense chilly winds that routinely impact nearby coastal cities like San Francisco. This rain shadow effect ensures that the metropolis basks in more than 300 exceptionally sunny days during an average calendar year. Summers are typically warm and dry without excessive humidity, while winter seasons remain remarkably mild, with freezing temperatures occurring very rarely on the valley floor. This pleasant, inviting weather pattern significantly enhances the active lifestyle of local residents, encouraging year-round outdoor recreation, dining, and exploration throughout the extensive park systems and open nature preserves that encircle the entire metropolitan zone. Fact 27. The pioneer academic institution, the educational framework of the metropolitan area, is anchored by San Jose State University, a notable institution holding a historic distinction. Established originally in 1857 as the Men's Evening Normal School in San Francisco, it stands today as the absolute oldest public institution of higher education located anywhere on the west coast of the United States. The campus eventually relocated to its permanent location within the city center in 1871, where it expanded rapidly to accommodate thousands of students. Over the decades, the university evolved into a primary engine of intellectual capital for the region, specifically training generations of engineers, technicians, and business professionals who laid the foundational framework for the surrounding technology industry. Fact 26. The Guadalupe River Network. The fundamental hydrology of the city revolves directly around the Guadalupe River, a major freshwater system flowing entirely within the boundaries of the county. Originating in the high peaks of the Santa Cruz Mountains, this urban river flows northward right through the heart of the downtown corporate district before eventually emptying into the south waters of the San Francisco Bay. Over the years, the river has played an incredibly complex role in urban planning, serving as both a scenic natural greenway and a significant flood hazard during heavy winter storms. Extensive engineering initiatives have created the Guadalupe River Park and Gardens, a massive linear park space that integrates advanced flood control mechanisms with running trails and wildlife habitats. Fact 25. The Subterranean Fault Systems. The underlying geology of the Santa Clara Valley is highly dynamic and shaped by intense tectonic forces. The metropolis sits in close geographic proximity to several major active geological fault systems, most notably the Calaveras Fault and the Hayward Fault, which run parallel along the eastern hillsides of the region. These fractures in the crust of the earth are part of the larger San Andreas Fault network that accommodates the continuous movement between the Pacific and North American tectonic plates. Over millennia, this persistent seismic activity has completely sculpted the local topography, creating the dramatic mountain vistas and valleys that define define Northern California. Modern civil engineering across the urban landscape incorporates extremely strict seismic construction codes, ensuring that high-rise towers, highway overpasses, and subterranean utilities are custom-built to withstand significant ground-shaking events, protecting millions of citizens living within the urban boundaries. Fact 24. The mineral springs of Alum Rock. Alum Rock Park holds a magnificent place in state history as the very first municipal park established anywhere in California, officially created by an act of the legislature back in 1872. Nestled deeply within a rugged canyon in the scenic foothills of the Diablo Range, this expansive natural preserve encompasses more than 700 acres of pristine wilderness. During the late 19th and early 20th centuries, the park became a world-renowned health resort due to its unique abundance of natural mineral springs. Visitors traveled from across the nation to bathe in the sulfur, iron, and soda waters, believing the liquids possessed extraordinary healing properties. Today, the park serves as a protected sanctuary for native wildlife, featuring extensive hiking trails, dramatic rock formations, and peaceful streams that provide local urban residents with an immediate, refreshing escape into nature. Fact 23. The Rosicrucian Egyptian Treasures. The cultural landscape of the city features the Rosicrucian Egyptian Museum, which houses the largest collection of authentic ancient Egyptian artifacts on display across the western United States. Founded by the ancient mystical order Rosicrucian in 1932, this striking architectural complex is custom designed to mirror the traditional temple style of ancient Egypt. The museum contains more than 4,000 distinct objects, including human and animal mummies, intricate jewelry, religious statues, and daily items used by citizens thousands of years ago. A primary highlight of the exhibition is a full-scale composite replica of a rock-cut tomb, allowing visitors to walk underground into a detailed burial chamber. This educational institution serves as a crucial research center, drawing global tourists and scholars who wish to study ancient Mediterranean history, burial practices, and spiritual ideologies without leaving Northern California. Fact 22. The preservation of Japantown. The neighborhood known as Japantown represents one of only 3 remaining historically authentic Japanese communities left in the United States today. This distinct cultural enclave began developing during the late 19th century when Japanese agricultural laborers migrated to the Santa Clara Valley in search of employment opportunities in the surrounding fruit orchards. The district expanded rapidly, serving as a vital sanctuary and commercial hub where immigrants could establish businesses, practice traditional customs, and build community organizations. Following the profound hardships of wartime internment during the 1940s, many families returned to the neighborhood to rebuild their lives and preserve their heritage. Fact 21. The historic architecture of History Park. Located within the expansive grounds of Kelly Park, History Park stands as a beautiful outdoor museum dedicated to preserving the architectural and cultural heritage of the Santa Clara Valley. This unique village contains over 30 historic buildings and landmarks that have been meticulously restored or replicated to showcase urban life from past eras. Visitors can wander past authentic Victorian homes, an old-fashioned printing shop, a historic hotel, and a traditional indoor ice cream parlor. A major engineering highlight within the park is a half-scale replica of the famous electric light tower that once dominated the downtown skyline during the late 19th century. Fact 20. The open-air flea market. The commercial history of the city includes the iconic San Jose Flea Market, which was originally established by a visionary entrepreneur in 1960. What began as a modest gathering of 20 sellers on an old cattle ranch transformed over decades into one of the largest open-air markets across the entire United States. The market covers over 120 acres of land, featuring miles of colorful walkways where thousands of independent vendors sell a massive variety of goods, ranging from fresh produce and clothing to electronics and antique furniture. This colossal marketplace serves as a crucial economic incubator for immigrant families and small business owners looking to establish themselves in the valley. Millions of visitors explore the vibrant stalls each year, experiencing a lively community atmosphere filled with diverse international food vendors, live musical performances, and family entertainment. Fact 19. The Municipal Rose Sanctuary. The breathtaking Municipal Rose Garden stands as a spectacular horticultural landmark that was originally established by city leaders in 1927. This 5-acre park is dedicated exclusively to the cultivation of roses, featuring featuring more than 3,500 individual bushes representing over 180 distinct varieties of the beautiful flower. The garden is meticulously designed with manicured lawns, circular pathways, and a grand central fountain that creates a serene atmosphere in the middle of a bustling residential neighborhood. Because of its exceptional care and design, the All-America Rose Selections organization officially voted this sanctuary as America's best rose garden. Fact 18. The astronomical legacy of Lick Observatory. Perched high upon the rugged summit of Mount Hamilton at an elevation of more than 4,000 feet stands the historic Lick Observatory. Founded in 1888 through a generous financial bequest from a wealthy real estate investor, this facility was the very first permanently occupied mountaintop observatory in the world. The clear atmosphere and high elevation provided astronomers with unprecedented views of the solar system, leading to numerous groundbreaking discoveries, including several moons of Jupiter and multiple extrasolar planets. The main building houses the massive 36-inch refracting telescope, which was the largest instrument of its kind on Earth when it was constructed. Managed continuously by the University of California, this active research institution remains a vital hub for astronomical science, combining 19th century engineering marvels with cutting-edge modern laser technologies to study distant galaxies. Fact 17. The Cathedral Basilica of St. Joseph. Standing prominently in the heart of the downtown district, the Cathedral Basilica of St. Joseph is a magnificent architectural monument and a deeply historic center of faith. The current structure, completed in 1885 after previous buildings were destroyed by devastating fires and earthquakes, features an impressive neoclassical design with dramatic towers and a striking copper dome. The interior of the sanctuary is adorned with stunning stained glass windows, elaborate ceiling murals, and a historic pipe organ built in 1886. Recognized as a minor basilica by Pope John Paul II in 1997, the church serves as the official seat of the local Catholic diocese. The elegant building stands as a testament to the endurance and cultural diversity of the community, welcoming visitors who come to admire its historic architecture, religious art, and peaceful sanctuary amidst the modern skyscrapers. Fact 16. The electric light tower innovation. In 1881, the city became a pioneer in urban illumination by constructing the massive San Jose Electric Light Tower in the middle of the downtown intersection of Santa Clara and Market Streets. This ambitious engineering marvel stood over 200 feet tall, constructed from over 20,000 pounds of wrought iron pipe and illuminated by a series of powerful carbon arc lamps at the summit. The innovative design was intended to illuminate the entire downtown district using a single centralized light source, a concept that drew national attention and inspired urban planners across the country. Local legend long suggested that the design of this grand structure directly inspired the construction of the famous Eiffel Tower in Paris, though historians debate the connection. Although a violent windstorm completely destroyed the tower in 1915, its legacy lives on as an early symbol of technological ambition. Fact 15. The devastation of the 1906 earthquake. While the catastrophic San Francisco earthquake of 1906 is world-renowned, the seismic event also caused immense devastation throughout the downtown streets of San Jose. Located much closer to the active fault lines, the city experienced violent ground shaking that completely destroyed numerous brick buildings, civic structures, and commercial businesses. The historic courthouse suffered massive structural failure, its grand dome collapsing through the floors below, while the original Agnew State Hospital nearby collapsed entirely, tragically claiming the lives of over 100 individuals. The total property damage across the community was estimated at millions of dollars, a staggering sum for the era that severely tested the resilience of the local population. The disaster forced city leaders to implement significantly improved construction standards and building techniques during the reconstruction process, fundamentally altering the architectural future of the growing urban center. Fact 14. The historic Plaza de Cesar Chavez. Plaza de Cesar Chavez stands proudly as the absolute oldest public open space and urban park land in the entire state of California, tracing its origins directly to the original civilian settlement founded in 1777. Located in the center of downtown, this historic plaza originally served as the grand public square around which the initial Spanish community constructed its municipal buildings and church. Over the centuries, the park has evolved alongside the city, witnessing historic political rallies, cultural celebrations, and major civic transformations. Renamed in 1993 to honor the famous civil rights leader who spent his formative years working and organizing within the local valley, the park remains the social heart of the metropolis today. Fact 13. The Tech Interactive Museum. The urban center features a spectacular educational monument to modern science and technology known as the Tech Interactive. Located in the heart of downtown, this landmark facility opened its permanent doors in 1998, encased in a distinctive bright orange and blue building that stands out dramatically against the surrounding corporate towers. The museum serves as an immersive learning laboratory, featuring hundreds of interactive exhibits that encourage visitors of all ages to explore hands-on concepts in robotics, biotechnology, clean energy, and software engineering. It also houses a massive theater equipped with cutting-edge cinematic projection technology to showcase educational documentary films. By collaborating closely with surrounding Silicon Valley corporations, the institution continuously updates its exhibits to reflect the absolute latest breakthroughs in global technology, inspiring future generations of innovators, engineers, and scientists to shape the world. Fact 12. The revolutionary invention of the hard disk drive. In 1956, the technological destiny of the city was permanently sealed when a dedicated team of brilliant laboratory engineers working for International Business Machines Corporation in a small laboratory facility on South Market Street invented the world's very first commercial hard disk drive storage system, known as the RAMAC 305, which stood for Random Access Method of Accounting and Control. This massive electronic machine weighed more than 2,000 pounds and had to be carefully transported using industrial forklifts and large cargo airplanes. The unit featured 50 separate magnetic platters that were 2 feet wide, yet it stored only 5 megabytes of data, an amount that seems incredibly minuscule by modern computing standards, but represented an unprecedented leap forward from traditional paper punch cards. Fact 11. The hockey hub of the Shark Tank. The arrival of professional ice hockey in 1991 brought an exciting, non-traditional athletic subculture to the warm climate of Northern California, when the San Jose Sharks franchise was officially established. Initially playing their home contests further north at the historic Cow Palace facility for 2 temporary seasons, the team permanently relocated to their state-of-the-art downtown arena in 1993. This premier entertainment venue, currently known as the SAP Center, earned the enduring local nickname of the Shark Tank due to its enthusiastic fan base and distinctive pre-game rituals where players skate onto the ice through an enormous smoking shark head hanging from the ceiling. Despite facing historic expansion challenges during their inaugural seasons, the club captured the imagination of the entire metropolitan area, generating massive regional merchandise sales and fostering a passionate hockey community that has consistently packed the stadium for decades. Fact 10. The maritime legacy of Alviso. Situated at the northernmost edge of the municipality lies the historic maritime district of Alviso, which provides the landlocked metropolis with its only direct geographic connection to the waters of the San Francisco Bay. Originally founded as an independent port town back in 1852, this unique waterfront enclave developed into a vital commercial shipping depot where agricultural products, hides, and tallow from the vast valley were loaded onto historic steamboats bound for San Francisco. However, the completion of local railroad lines in 1864 bypassed the waterfront, initiating a long, slow economic decline that eventually led local residents to vote for a total political consolidation with the city of San Jose in 1968. Fact 9. The historic elegance of Hayes Mansion. The architectural heritage of the Southern Valley is beautifully exemplified by the Hayes Mansion, a magnificent estate that stands as an exquisite model of late 19th century Mediterranean revival design. Constructed originally in 1905 by a prominent local family involved in mining and journalism, the sprawling 60-room mansion features premium materials, meticulously carved woodwork, and massive fireplaces that reflect the immense agricultural and industrial wealth of the era. The property once operated as a self-sufficient estate containing its own power plant, extensive orchards, and premium stables for horses. After being purchased and beautifully restored by municipal authorities, the historic property was successfully transformed into a luxurious hotel and conference center surrounded by lush manicured lawns and towering palm trees. This landmark building serves as a stark visual reminder of the opulent lifestyle enjoyed by early California pioneers before the technological age arrived in the local valley. Fact 8. The cultural tapestry of Kelly Park. Serving as an expansive urban green space located just southeast of the downtown core, Kelly Park functions as a premier cultural hub that integrates nature with diverse historical narratives. The parkland encompasses over 150 acres of beautiful lawns, shaded groves, and winding walking pathways that host multiple distinct family-oriented attractions. Within its boundaries, visitors can explore the peaceful Japanese Friendship Garden, which was meticulously designed designed in 1965 to mirror the classic design of Karawan Park in Okayama, symbolizing an enduring sister-city relationship. Additionally, the park features the Happy Hollow Park and Zoo, an innovative facility combining conservation exhibits with family amusements since 1960. By uniting recreational fields with historical structures and international gardens, this expansive park serves as a vital gathering space that directly celebrates the rich environmental and sociocultural diversity of the local citizenry who visit the grounds every single week. Fact 7. The urban design of Santana Row. Representing a major transformation in modern urban design, Santana Row stands as an upscale, mixed-use commercial district that covers more than 40 acres of prime city real estate. Developed in 2002 on the former site of a conventional suburban strip mall, this vibrant district was intentionally structured to emulate the walkable, high-density layout of a classic European village. The meticulous design integrates luxury residential apartments situated directly above high-end fashion boutiques, premier restaurants, open-air cafes, and a luxury boutique hotel. Tree-lined avenues, beautiful stone fountains, and landscaped outdoor plazas encourage a highly social pedestrian culture where residents can stroll, dine, and gather outdoors year-round. This commercially successful project became a national model for smart growth urbanism, demonstrating how suburban communities can successfully transition into dense, sophisticated, pedestrian-friendly metropolitan spaces. Fact 6. The legacy of Norman Y. Mineta San Jose Airport. The critical transportation infrastructure of the valley is centered at the Norman Y. Mineta San Jose International Airport, a premier aviation hub that operates right at the edge of the downtown core. Serving millions of travelers every year, this modern airport stands as a testament to strategic urban planning, positioned less than 4 miles from the primary corporate headquarters of major technology firms. In 2001, city leaders officially renamed the growing facility to honor Norman Mineta, a highly respected native son who survived wartime internment, to become the mayor of the city and later served as the federal secretary of transportation. The airport features advanced architectural terminals equipped with high-tech amenities, extensive public art installations, and eco-friendly systems that demonstrate the region's commitment to continuous modernization while permanently honoring the profound civil rights legacy of its dedicated local leadership. Fact 5. The Pleistocene discovery of Lupe, the Mammoth. The deep paleontology of the Santa Clara Valley was spectacularly revealed in 2005 when a local citizen scientist walking his dog along the banks of the Guadalupe River discovered a massive fossilized bone protruding from the mud. Expert excavations cracked open the earth to recover the remarkably intact skeletal remains of a juvenile Columbian mammoth that roamed the local valley during the prehistoric Pleistocene epoch, approximately 14,000 years ago. Affectionately nicknamed Lupe by the local community, these rare fossils represent the most complete mammoth discovery ever made within the county. Today, the authentic prehistoric bones are proudly displayed inside a custom educational exhibit at the nearby Children's Discovery Museum of San Jose. To permanently commemorate this incredible prehistoric find, local authorities also commissioned an impressive 11-foot tall metallic sculpture made from bent steel pipes near the exact site of the discovery along the river trail. Fact 4. The Olympic Black Power Statue. The campus grounds of San Jose State University host a profoundly significant monument dedicated to civil rights and athletic courage, known as the Olympic Black Power Statue. Erected in 2005, the impressive outdoor sculpture depicts student athletes Tommy Smith and John Carlos during their historic protest at the 1968 Summer Olympic Games in Mexico City. After winning the gold and bronze medals in the 200-meter sprint event, the two courageous runners stood atop the podium, raising black-gloved fists during the playing of the national anthem to protest systemic racial injustice. The striking monument features larger-than-life statues meticulously crafted from ceramic tiles and steel, capturing the exact emotional gravity of their silent protest. This landmark sculpture stands as an enduring testament to the university's deep historic legacy of social activism, inspiring students and global visitors to stand firmly against ongoing systemic inequality. Fact 3. The critical ecology of Coyote Valley. Extending across the southernmost boundary of the municipality lies Coyote Valley, a critical ecological corridor that plays a vital role in preserving regional biodiversity. This vast expanse of agricultural fields, natural floodplains, and seasonal wetlands forms a narrow geographic bridge connecting the Santa Cruz Mountains to the Diablo Range. Local environmental scientists emphasize that this valley floor represents the absolute last remaining undeveloped pathway for wildlife, allowing apex predators like mountain lions, lions, bobcats, and coyotes to safely migrate between mountain ranges to find food and mates. Recognizing its immense ecological value, municipal leaders and conservation groups launched a massive effort to purchase and permanently protect thousands of acres from commercial development. This proactive environmental initiative ensures that the urban center retains its essential hydrological functions, provides natural flood protection, and actively secures a lasting sanctuary for native California flora and fauna throughout the coming modern decades. Fact 2. The economic empire of eBay. The massive rise of global electronic commerce is deeply intertwined with the corporate history of the city, where the revolutionary online marketplace eBay was originally founded in September of 1995. A visionary software programmer created the initial website from his modest local apartment as a simple personal experiment to allow users to auction collectible items directly to one another. The digital auction platform experienced explosive user growth within its first few years, quickly transforming from a quirky hobbyist forum into a multi-billion-dollar global marketplace that permanently redefined consumer shopping behavior. Headquartered in the northern tech districts of the city, the enterprise became a powerful anchor for the local economic ecosystem, attracting thousands of talented software developers, corporate executives, and technological innovators to the region. This corporate success cemented the community's reputation as a prime nursery for digital business empires that changed the modern world. Fact 1. The official capital of Silicon Valley. The overarching identity of the modern metropolis is encapsulated by its celebrated status as the official capital of Silicon Valley, an international title formally adopted by civic leaders to reflect its premier position within the technological world. Standing as the largest city in Northern California by total geographic area and population, the municipality anchors an economic empire that continuously generates unprecedented breakthroughs in artificial intelligence, hardware manufacturing, and global software applications. Over the course of 2 centuries, the community has completed a breathtaking evolutionary journey, transforming from a simple Spanish civilian agricultural pueblo into a bustling center of industrial fruit production, and finally into a towering capital of digital innovation. This relentless drive for constant reinvention and economic progress ensures that the metropolis remains at the absolute cutting edge of the global knowledge economy, shaping modern human civilization for many subsequent decades yet to come. What did you think of these 35 facts about San Jose?